Hey everybody, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Listen, going into the new year, we're going to set a different tone. And this year, we've already won the victory, so we're just going to take this to the next level. Today's video, I want to talk to you guys about being triggered. I want to talk to you about what it is, what it does, and how to reprogram negative triggers. Excuse me. Ooh, hope I don't have that Rona. So, listen, a lot of times when you feel like you're ruminating, you'll feel like everything is, you may start a day out, or you may be having a day and it's a good day, and just out of nowhere, you just like, whoa, what happened? Like all of a sudden you're down, you're thinking about the narcissist, and you're wondering why. Why can't I stop thinking about this person? And the thing that a lot of us don't really realize is that we think about them and they constantly come into your mind for two reasons. One reason is, that usually we're trying not to think about the person. So that energy is like we're running from that energy. So that energy is chasing us. And if you're running from the energy, that's just pretty much how energy works. If you chase something, it will run from you. If something chases you and you run, it's going to continue to chase. The way you stop the energy is you have to confront the energy. Okay? You have to learn how to confront the energy. And one example of confronting the energy is basically you would confront the energy the same way you would confront the person. Because it's kind of like one and the same. You would kind of talk to the energy like, okay, what do you want today? What's going on now? You won't leave me alone. I want to just think and focus about my life and not about the narcissist. Kind of like that. Confronting the energy really makes the energy step down. It makes it step back, because when you're not running from it, it can't chase you. Okay, so another way, another thing that makes you, ruminate about the narcissist is unseen triggers. Unseen triggers. And guys, whether you know it or not, when you're just in your home, you're in your regular element, you may be at work, you may be anywhere that you have been at some point in time while dealing with the narcissist, and that place can trigger you. You can smell something that can trigger you. You can see somebody with the same kind of jeans, the same outfit, the shoes, the same car. All of those things can and will trigger you. And they will trigger you negatively. A trigger is basically when, again, you're feeling normal and you may just go into your home. Walk into your home and you just start thinking about the narcissist and you don't know why. Well, it's usually because it's the exact same setting that you're seeing. And you're used to going home, and you may have a situation where you go home and you may talk to the narc on the phone, or the narc may have been at the home living with you. But it triggers you because it's a memory. So every time you walk into that room, every time you go into different places in your home, it's going to trigger you. So one of the things that I suggest that you do to help you with the triggering is you have to, you absolutely have to change the dynamic of your home. You have to change things in your home. Change the furniture. Change the setup. Change the setup in your room. Change the setup in the living room, bathroom, kitchen, bedroom, excuse me, everything. Everything that you have control over, change it. If you have a desk or cubicle at work, change it. Anything at work that you can change that, that won't get you in trouble, of course. But the thing is that you want to go through your entire life and you want to just make changes in places where you have control. Because see, when you see something different as you go into that room, it gives you a different mindset and it triggers you in a different way. Let's say you're coming home from work and you've redesigned your living room. So as soon as you walk into your place, and you go into the living room and you see that this is different, you see that different things are different. Things are set up differently in the entire place. That's going to help you, and it's going to help trigger you in a positive direction. And that's really what this is all about, helping you create positive triggers. Because as you have dealt with the narcissist gave you negative triggers throughout the entanglement. They laid booby traps throughout the entanglement with you. So now it's like everything that you ever think about that you did with them, that's a negative trigger. Because it was a negative relationship or entanglement. So now you're just getting on a different page. You're getting on a page where you're saying, you know what? Instead of most of the time you can't really see it. You don't really see the negative trigger and how it affects you until you've already started to obsess about the narcissist. You really don't see it. But, you're driving down the street and you see a car that reminds you of their car. That's going to trigger you. That's something that's going to trigger you. You see people with, excuse me, they maybe have some jeans that they liked or some shoes that they had or something. You're going to see that. And those are the kind of things that are going to grab your attention. So what you want to do is you want to overturn that. You want to overturn that negativity. And then okay, let's say that you're driving down the street and you see that they had a car that was similar to the car, or the same color car, same type, everything that the narc had or has. That's going to trigger you because you're going to be thinking, oh, I wonder if that's that person. That's a trigger. And before you know it, now that thing is kind of resonating in your mind again. So what you have to do is you have to turn that into a positive trigger. You got to look at that person in there. And now every time you see that person, or every time you see that kind of car, you've noticed the new person in the car. You're going to think that it's that new person. If you can get a good look at the person who's driving that car, that's who you want to start to fill your mind with. Okay, this isn't the ex. This is that person. This is the person I saw that day that had this kind of car. Again, it's all about changing and shifting the direction of how your mind interprets, that trigger. It's all about your interpretation. It may be your ex, who knows? But again, your ex doesn't have every single, yellow Chevy Blazer, let's call it. So when you see that, you want to look at the person in the car and get a good feel for who that person is. And now you want to associate that person to every car you see that's that color, so you don't continue to resonate. It doesn't resonate with you, and it doesn't continue to trigger you. Okay? Those triggers are it's going to grab you every time. And like I said, some of the easiest things that you can do are, you can always go out. You can, excuse me, again, in your place, you can just change furniture. You don't have to go buy brand new furniture everywhere. You can just change the setup. Just change the setup and how you had it, everything set up. Change a couple of colors in different places. Buy some pillows that give it a different color. Buy candles to give your place a different scent. Potpourri of a different scent, so that you can smell something different, so that it starts to trigger you in a different direction. You don't want that exact same setup every single day, because you'll walk into it, that place will trigger you, and you will not be able to get that narcissist off your mind. It's all about your interpretation of what you saw, how you accept it, how you receive it. That's what it's all about. And it's about freeing yourself from, that domain of, just that trigger all the time. Because like I said, you can be triggered just from being, and if you were dealing with a narcissist, I'm pretty sure there's a place at your job, and that's for you guys that work. There's a place at your job that you had to go to talk to the narcissist, so everybody at the job doesn't know all your business. That place is going to trigger you. Every time you go there, you're going to remember, oh yeah, I remember going in that and being in that space. So even in that space, you want to do something different if you can. And I'm saying just something little. Even if it's just taking a candle to that place and taking in a different aroma, so that it doesn't trigger you. Because again, you're going to get triggered by things you see, things you smell, things you touch. Those are the type of things that are going to trigger you when you're dealing with this narcissist. And again, I just want to get you guys in a place where you're not always obsessing. That's the biggest thing that beats us up. When you're obsessing all the time, like, why can't I get this person off my mind? And the reason being is that a lot of times, people, you're being triggered. It's just a trigger. That's all it is. It's just a trigger. And when you don't understand, or when you don't know that this is why I can't stop obsessing about this person, you're thinking that it's because of all of the dirty, rotten stuff they've done to you, which is true too. But it's just like they're taking you back into that place where they're taking you back into the torture chamber. So that's what the triggering is all about. Okay? So listen, guys, that's my video. I want to thank all of my new subscribers. Thank everybody. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button right there. I do appreciate everyone. I have a Facebook group. It's Narcissistic Anonymous 101, the Empath Tribe. Follow me on Instagram. I just started doing some videos on there. Also follow me on TikTok. Just working through a lot of things. I have not forgot about the things I've told you guys about. If you need to talk to me one-on-one, go onto my Facebook or my Instagram account and go into Messenger and send me a message, and I'll send you my calendar. Okay. Thanks again. I do appreciate everyone who has supported the channel. We're in a new year, and we're just going to take it above and beyond this year. All right. We win. Thanks. See you on the next one.